I think the last time we spoke, if I'm not mistaken, this was in the middle of or just before the. Yeah, I think this was in the middle of the force the vote stuff, and it was just before they actually went and re-voted for Nancy Pelosi again. I mean, the dust has settled now. We have Biden. I want to ask you something, Jimmy. Are you feeling grateful? Has he exceeded your expectations? How are you feeling, man?
You know, I voted for a pathological liar, bloodthirsty, warmongering tool of Wall Street and the health insurance companies. And I don't know, I just thought I'd feel happier. Actually, I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. I didn't vote for Joe Biden. I voted for the Greens both times. So, yeah, it's amazing, this crazy spin that people are putting on Joe Biden right now, that he's somehow exceeding anyone's expectations. He's not even fulfilling his own expectations. He said that he was going to give us the public option. He was going to get us a $15 minimum wage. He's not doing any of that shit. The child tax credit is temporary. It is fucking crazy. He's not putting the corporate tax rate up to where it was. He's doing that thing. It's the ratchet effect. You've seen that before, right? So so we just keep lurching rightward, right? Keep lurching rightward. So it's this idea that's, I mean, you can't piss. It's that saying, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. And that's what the Democrats and the right now, that's what Bernie Sanders and AOC is doing. It's weird, isn't it, Richard, to see Bernie Sanders not try to pull Biden to the left, but allow Biden to pull him and everyone else to the right.
Amazing.
Isn't that amazing how they're out there always defending? They're always defending a shit sandwich instead of trying to get their policies included in the bills. Why wouldn't Bernie Sanders put a hold on the bill like Joe Manchin unless the $15 minimum wage was in it? Because they all fucking campaigned on it. Why doesn't he play hardball back? You tell fucking me. It's because he's pretending he works for Joe Biden instead of what he's actually supposed to be doing is representing a movement in the Senate and being an independent senator from Vermont. But we all know that's all bullshit.
I can't stand this crap that they want to make you believe that this Joe Manchin, some senator from West Virginia, is more popular and powerful than Bernie Sanders and all of these so-called progressives combined. I never heard of this jagoff before he actually put his foot down on this bill. Isn't it interesting? I bet you people have heard of AOC. I bet you they heard of Bernie Sanders. I bet they have some political capital. You know what I laughed at? Again, someone might come and tell me that this is a routine, but from what I gathered, Biden won't even meet with them. Like, he sent Ron Klain, the White House chief of staff, to go meet with them because he won't even meet with them directly. So I just found that interesting. But just if you'll allow me, if I can just give people some context, just let me play that video of AOC at her recent town hall where she's talking about Joe Biden exceeding her expectations.
One thing that I will say is that I do think that the Biden administration and President Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives had. I'll be frank, I think a lot of us expected a much more conservative administration. And I think that his, not only what has ultimately come out, but the active invitation and willingness and collaboration with progressives in his first 100 days, or almost 100 days, has been very impressive. And so while there are there are areas where there are just plain areas of disagreement, I think that the actual conduct of the administration has absolutely been in good faith, but not just in good faith, but active incorporation of progressive legislation, and also for those of us individually. I can at least say that there has been a lot of openness and willingness and flexibility in incorporating many of our goals, requests, demands, etc. And I think that it has been to the benefit of the country.
What on God's earth is she talking about? What cooperation is this? I really find myself losing the words sometimes, because they put together this verbal diarrhea word salad, and I'm just sitting there like trying to piece together, like, have I gone nuts? Did they do something that I was sleeping under a cave when they did it?
Well, I
What is
can't
she
wait to
talking
see
about?
how Ryan Grimm's going to spin this into being something smart.
Did you see that crap he was trying to cover for the cops
It's
showing up at Ryan's house? Ryan Wentz. Unbelievable.
Yeah, yes, I did. Of course, yeah, I did. The guys, I don't, I always give these guys credit for being smarter than me because I come from show business and nightclubs, and I'm a comedian and not an academic, and I always give these guys too much credit. They're not. These guys are legit dumb.
Yeah.
Like the people, like I don't know who they think they're bullshitting. It's like, and it's like there's some polite society where they all agree not to call each other on their bullshit or something. But I'm not from their society. I don't want to be in their society. Their society kind of repulses me, and that is
Yeah.
the corporate journalism of America. It's fucking horrible, and they're all propagandists and they don't care. So, or they prop it up, and then what worse is when they shit on independent journalists or they punch down. And you know what's weird is that the YouTube CEO is referring to independent journalists on YouTube as people producing content in their basement. That's what people used to say to speak of YouTube in the pejorative. That's what their enemies used to say. Why would the CEO of YouTube be referring to their own content creators that way? It doesn't seem good for people like us, Richard, is what I'm trying to say. So we should get our licks in now because they're coming for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, speaking of that, I remember a few months ago this Nomiki, or I barely know anything about her, but she comes on, she was bashing on you, saying that you don't know anything about politics, and I studied this and I went to college, and I was like, yeah, but you're dumb. Like, you don't know how to play politics. You're an idiot. That doesn't mean anything. And they just use it as some kind of card, like to rub it in people's face, like, Jimmy, boy, you're not from our society. You don't understand how we function around here. I mean, I thought that was despicable, honestly, and it really exposes their class bias. Like they legitimately feel and represent another class. That's what they're about. That's why they punch down and they have to shit on people and refuse them healthcare. Like this is bewildering to me that they do this. And I can't believe that you guys are still fighting over this.
When AOC did it, AOC said that this isn't coming from approved activists.
What is that?
That's funny. She was a bartender 3 years ago. I mean, what are you talking about? Approved active? What the fuck? That's just, again, it's like, oh, now she's on the inside and they want to be gatekeepers. They're elitist gatekeepers. Yeah. And, most of those people, if you look hard enough, there's going to be some NATO money in there. And, some money from the NED, the National Endowment for Democracy. I mean, even Anna Kasparian did that NATO conference, which she claims she didn't get paid to go give tongue baths to war criminals. Somehow that's okay. Legit freaking war criminals. And but somehow she didn't get. Yeah, and it's a great honor. It's a great honor.
Yeah, no shame.
But she's got a problem with Jimmy Dore. That's a real squiggly line of morality, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Like, how dare you, Jimmy? We're with Mrs. Albright. Be quiet. Their morals are completely upside down, and it's interesting because I've seen the same crowd kind of try to do that to me. Like they want to claim I'm not even Syrian. Like the literal birther movement, like coming around like, oh, he's not Syrian, he doesn't speak Arabic. What the fuck? Like, these people are so deranged. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, I like how, it's really been the force to vote for me was really such an eye opener. I thought I knew the media was corrupt. But until you see outright hit pieces written about you in mainstream press, like, it's just shocking, Yeah. I mean, CNN had already done that to me, and the Washington Post had already twisted shit. So it's just, it's exactly what Malcolm X said. If you read the newspapers, they'll have you hating the oppressed and loving the oppressors.